Starting over can be scary, and yet it is one of the most satisfying things one can ever do for themselves. It is better to start on a firm and strong new foundation than to keep going on a shaky and broken foundation. Because everything you do, if you're building on a shaky foundation, it can never last. You know very well it's going to fall if it keeps going the way it is going. And usually people are scared of starting again because they think, oh, I've been working so hard on this. I've taken my time. I have all these skills. How would they see me starting over? But you know very well that if you keep going on the foundation that you have right now, it's not going to work. Sometimes it could be a path of career that you know that you've worked so hard to go into. I have friends that studied to be lawyers, and today they're photographers and they're amazing photographers. I know people that studied to be nurses, and right now they're not nurses, they're content creators, and they're so satisfied and they're earning way more than they could have earned if they continued to be a nurse. And there are people that were whatever they were and they changed careers and they're doing amazingly well. You know, one thing about being an adult, when you grow up and become an adult, you become conscious of time. Time suddenly becomes important. And the most scary part about starting over is the factor of time. Because you think, oh my God, how can I go back and do it again? It took me long to get to this point. How can I go back? It doesn't make sense. It's scary because you think, how much time do I have? You start counting the years, the months, like, oh, I'm 30 years old now. It took me 10 years to get to this point. By the time if I start over right now, by the time I'm getting any profit out of this, I'll be 40. You start fearing that fear and you lose your curiosity. You know why kids are always eager to do things? It's because they're not worried about time. A kid is excited. They know that I can be a pilot. They don't care how long it's going to take them to study and be a pilot and their experience. So they do it eagerly and they're so excited. And eventually, if they don't give up on their ambition, they become a pilot at whatever age. But when you grow up, you lose that curiosity. And you start worrying about time. I am 27 right now. If I go and study to be a doctor, by the time I'm putting a doctor, I'm going to be 37. How will that make sense? Are you serious? So how is it going to make sense if you don't go back to do what you want and continue to be maybe a security guard because you're scared to go back and study and spend all that time in school to become what you want to be? You're scared of doing the work, of building on a firm foundation to become what you know is going to bring you joy. You know why we never want to build again? It's because we are worried about the digging. We are worried about the unknown. But if you can know that, even as you dig up that foundation, you are at the path of success. You're going in the direction that you know that you should be going, and that should bring you joy. If you're starting over today and you're taking the first step today, find joy in that first step. Don't look for the joy at the end. Be curious as you take your first step. Be curious as you take your next step. Be happy, be excited, because you are winning already by starting again and building right instead of going with what you already have that you know is not gonna work. So don't be afraid. Start again. Don't worry about people that are talking about you. Oh, she started again. How could she do it again? Look at her, she has nothing. You have something. And a lot of people are actually scared of starting again because they don't have the courage. And if you're worried and ashamed that people are gonna think she has nothing, she's starting over, they're actually admiring your courage because they cannot do it. There are not a lot of brave people that can start over. A lot of people are timid and scared, and they will actually take the example from you and also start over. So be the example, set the example. Do it, you can do it, you got this. Okay? If you found this video interesting, I'm gonna link a playlist with other inspiring and motivating videos. I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed.